welcome to the 20th episode of Tuesdays with Tobe. My name is Tobe Frierson, and this is indeed one of the best times of the year for me, and I want to share some of that joy and excitement with you today. However, I wanted to know whether you got a chance to look at last week's episode. We did Be Happy Part 3, and I was actually checking in with everyone to see whether you're holding yourself accountable to doing those things that you said that you needed to do to keep yourself in a happy state. I was pleased to find out that many of you are, so thank you so much for engaging in that activity with me. And if you did not see Be Happy Part 3, I encourage you to go back 1 week and check out that episode. But before we get started, today it's time for our family rules. Look behind me, ready, read. During Tuesdays with Tobe, we will use kind words. Do your best, always be honest, forgive and forget, be happy, count your blessings, laugh at yourself, stay positive, and love one another. Over the past week, I attended 6 commencement ceremonies and literally had the opportunity to watch approximately 4,200 graduates walk across the stage in Savannah and Statesboro, Georgia, as they graduated from Georgia Southern University. I need to correct one quick statement. While I did attend the ceremonies, I was actually a part of the commencement planning committee as a guest services team lead. The guest services team was responsible for making sure we had enough volunteers to assist these 4,200 graduates and their supporters during such a milestone moment in their life. I have to take the time to thank the people that served as a host or a candidate assistant to help us execute these massive ceremonies. And then to the graduates themselves. Really? Y'all kept it together during a global pandemic, one in which we've lost over half a million people to death, and we've had 32.7 million cases just in the United States alone. One that required you to switch from in-person instruction to having class in a Zoom environment. One that made you participate in clubs and organizations on Zoom or not be able to participate at all. One that also interrupted a lot of your sports and intramural activities and your musical activities in theater because it was just too risky to engage in certain activities in person. What else was going on with our graduates this year? We came to the realization in America that we can't say all lives matter, we can't say blue lives matter, and we definitely can't say black lives matter. Because frankly, all is not well as it relates to race relations, police brutality, equity, social justice, and we just can't agree on what the real story is here. So all of those terminologies, none of them get accepted anytime they're used. Y'all, that's a lot. Oh, wait a minute. I forgot one thing that our graduates were also dealing with as they try to wrap up these degrees. If things weren't bad enough, y'all, we're still recounting votes. We're still recounting votes because there's an ongoing attempt to prove that this election was rigged, it's 100% illegitimate, and we've got the wrong guy in office. Really? Wow, graduates. So my question is, how did you guys do it? Now, these 4,200 were just from the institution that I have an opportunity to serve at. This was just from Georgia Southern University, but they are graduates from all over this nation and this world. How did they do it? How did they do it? How did they reach this milestone of becoming a college graduate? What a tremendous accomplishment. And today, we're simply going to talk about it. What an accomplishment. If you are not one of the 4,200 people that graduated from Georgia Southern University, please do not count yourself out in this little short talk. I was just using those amazing folks as one example of a type of accomplishment you can make. But today, I want you all to reflect a little bit about the accomplishments in your life. What are the things that you've worked hard for? What challenges have you overcome? What fears have you conquered? And when you look back, what situations have you taken a deep breath on and said, I did that. I really did that. What an accomplishment. It is important for us to reflect on accomplishments because one, it instills a sense of pride. It also helps us identify areas that we can build on, and it can create a desire for us to want to have that same feeling of accomplishment in future endeavors. So essentially, it can make us hungry, and it can also serve as an internal motivator. When you think about this, you don't have to think on a grand scale like completing a degree. For our graduates, that took many years, thousands of dollars, some of which they had to borrow, some of which they had to work 2 and 3 jobs for. And it also took our adult students many hours and time away from home, and then having to split and make decisions between, I have a job, I'm a working adult, but I also have these studies. What do I do? So that's massive. That's a big scale. It's one to be applauded, which is why I'm so incredibly excited to be a part of those 6 ceremonies last week. But back to you. What comes to mind as you think about things that you've accomplished? Did you plant a garden and now that things are starting to bud, you're getting excited? Did you start reading more on a topic that you wanted to research and now you're feeling a little bit more clear and that you have some good understanding in that area? Did you make a purchase for something that you've been saving up for and instead of having to finance it, you were able to pay for it outright because you did the work and you saved the money? Did you join a gym and start a fitness program and now you're seeing some results? Did you mend a relationship that was fragile for years and now you're on far better terms with that person? Did you pick up a new hobby or a skill that you're super excited about because it's something that you always wanted to do? I really want you all to give this some thought today. All the things I just listed would certainly be things that will produce a sense of accomplishment. And because it's graduation season, this is the perfect time for us to reflect, for us to stick our chest out along with those graduates and say, yeah, Toby, I did that. So what did you do? Would you mind sharing with me so I can celebrate with you? Can you drop a comment below and tell me something that you've accomplished so I can say, what an accomplishment. Thank you all for listening today. I hope you like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you back there next week.